Hey Quill, I'm hungry. Can you give me a burger from that place?
Sure. What place?
You know, the one with the arches.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Good thing she knew what I was talking about, because today we're going to be talking about the importance of branding. How many of y'all knew what I was talking about? I'm pretty sure most of y'all. Now think about that in the streaming world. How many of y'all can identify a streamer just by their logo or their color scheme? I am Anyforce, by the way, and if you see this logo, you're going to follow me over on Twitch and come hang out because I stream 4 days a week. And if you press that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, you will receive all notifications for when we post new videos. Your brand can sometimes make or break your channel. Some will be drawn to it while others will just scroll right past you. So you want to make your brand unique and memorable. So you don't want to have a comic book layout with a futuristic logo and then use horror font. It just doesn't make sense. You definitely want to make sure everything just ties together. And trust me, logos do not have to be intricate. Most logos are very simple. My advice would be to come up with a symbol, a few letters, or maybe even just a silhouette, but something that people will recognize in an instant. Please stop using those generic logos. You know what I'm talking about. The ones with the big avatar with the block letters underneath. You also want your logo to be legible. Some of these platforms make you put your logo in this tiny little box. I've seen some that are just a pixelated mess or aren't even readable. And if you're not too embarrassed of your own looks, then use a profile pic. Don't be generic. And a few tips for your logos. Don't make your logo inappropriate. For one, if you get shout out on another streamer's channel and they see your logo and they find it inappropriate for their viewers, you're probably not going to get another shout out. And two, some viewers just aren't going to take you serious. You're going to limit who's going to be willing to click on your channel just because they feel offended from the start. And three, if you ever want to get sponsorships, a company's not going to want to endorse a streamer that's going to ruin their own reputation. And you can't use other people's profile pics or logos. Just because you love anime doesn't mean to use Naruto as your logo. I actually had a gentleman come to me and ask me why people weren't taking him serious as a streamer. Well, I told him that unless he was the actual Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy, he might want to change his profile pic. You're never going to profit from someone else's likeness or image. And to be honest, that's actually going to get you into some legal issues if you ever become a big time streamer. So you want to make sure that your images and logos are not copyrighted or trademarked. If it is, you can't use it. Do your research. For a quick tip after you've created your logo or image, just take a quick screenshot, do a Google search, and then see if there's any similar images on the internet that are copyrighted or trademarked. And don't feel stuck with your logo. Logos will evolve over time. A lot of companies have changed their logos over the years. And then sometimes you just need a fresh start and a complete rebrand. And that's okay. The viewer's gonna love to see the evolution of your channel. Even my brand has evolved over the years. Take a look at what my logo used to be. We've come a long way. Your brand doesn't stop with your logo. You need to think about your color scheme, your banners, your overlays, your emotes, and your merchandise. All of these need to tie together to create a unique experience for your viewers. For example, do some research on colors. You're going to find out that some colors clash while others are going to complement each other. The colors you choose are actually going to spark emotion. Like if you see a hazard sign, it's going to spark an immediate alert reaction. And then that chill vibe that you're looking for is going to be completely out the window. And then on the other end of the spectrum, if you're a super hyper content creator that's all about excitement, you don't want to give the vibe of a peaceful meadow. Let's get into fonts. So what kind of fonts should you choose? You're going to want to choose 1 to 2 fonts that's going to tie your theme together. You might use a bold one for headers and banners, and then you might want to pick a different one for general text because it might be a little bit easier to read. So my suggestion would be to 1, make sure it's legible, and then 2, make sure it looks good with all your banners and overlays. There's so many to choose from, but use open source fonts. They're free for commercial use. And you can Google these, but check the README file for license whenever you download. Some have a disclaimer or a stipulation, so make sure you always check. The last thing we're going to discuss about your brand is overlays and banners. All of these need to be cohesive and tie everything together. And I can't stress this enough, please put something on your about page. Don't leave it blank. And double check your spelling. You may not think it's a big deal, but it just looks terrible in your overall image. Do something that draws people in and lets people know who you are. Personally, whenever I do a raid, I always check out their about page and kind of get a feel for their channel. One mistake I see a lot of streamers make with their logo or theme is the limit who's going to be willing to click on their channel. Your logo or theme probably needs to be gender neutral unless you're looking for a particular demographic. Only a select audience is going to want to click on a logo with a big hulking dude with machine guns, with bullets as banners and blood and guts. Unless that viewer's into big ol' hulking dudes with machine guns, with bullets for banners, with blood and guts. If a viewer doesn't relate to your branding, they're probably just not even going to give you a chance. If you're new to streaming and just getting started, it's not a bad idea to use templates just to get you rolling. There are a lot of websites out there that'll help you piece together logos, banners, overlays, and emotes. But for the most part, you'll want to be more original later on in your career. But for you veteran streamers, you might want to upgrade to more custom-made logos and graphics. It shows the viewers that you're serious about streaming and you've invested in your channel. Gives you a more professional and polished feel. I really hope this gives you a better understanding the way branding works, because I know this is just the tip of the iceberg. This should help you get started and then make the tweaks that you need to stand out. Make your brand something to be proud of. And most importantly, make your brand about you. Because you are amazing. Peace. This will pop.